How's it going, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's football preview video. For this one, we're covering a match taking place this weekend in the English Premier League on Sunday, the 6th of October. For this one, our action takes us to Villa Park as Aston Villa host Manchester United. We start off our team analysis here with the home side being Aston Villa. The last five fixtures for the Villains have ended in 4 wins and one draw. Their last match was a massive upset, a 1-0 win against Bayern Munich at home in the UEFA Champions League. In the process, Aston Villa have scored 11 goals and conceded just 4. The first player I've got to talk about for Aston Villa has got to be Colombian centre forward John Duran. In 9 appearances, Duran has scored 6 goals for Aston Villa. For me, John Duran's major attributes here are his strength, his pace, and his eye for goal. This is a striker who knows how to outmuscle and outrun opposition defenders to hit the back of the net every single time. Next up, I want to talk about Belgian central midfielder Amadou Onana. In 9 appearances for Aston Villa, Amadou Onana has scored just 3 goals. But I think based on where he plays, we're looking for a player who shows more physicality, aggression, and control of the ball. And that's exactly what Amadou Onana shows whenever he plays for Aston Villa. And finally, I want to talk about Argentine goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez. In 8 appearances for Aston Villa, Dibu Martinez has managed to concede 9 goals but keep 2 clean sheets. In Dibu Martinez, I think Aston Villa have a very intelligent goalkeeper who's very good at playing mind games. He's got great reflexes, he's got great flexibility, and he knows exactly how to get into the head of the opposition players. In terms of injuries for Aston Villa, I think the only player that they'll actually be missing here has got to be centre back Tyrone Mings, who brings so much stability to this team's back line. Nevertheless, I think Unai Emery is still going to have most of his team to line up with here. So I'm expecting to see Aston Villa set up in their standard 4-2-3-1 formation, looking to counter attack at pace using their wings and with their double pivot in midfield to just add extra stability to this team. Morgan Rogers at number 10 in that playmaking role already has 1 goal and 2 assists. So I'm expecting to see a lot of the play moving through him and then diverting either to the wings or to the centre forwards. In John Duran up front, they have an interchangeable centre forward who can just come off the bench and replace a player like Ollie Watkins, or they can start with Duran and replace him with Watkins if they're looking for a bit more speed up front instead. Next up, we look at the away team. Now, for Manchester United, their last 5 fixtures have ended in 1 win, 1 loss, and 3 draws. Their last match was a 3-3 draw away at Porto in the UEFA Europa League earlier this week. In these last 5 fixtures, the Red Devils have scored 11 goals but conceded 7. The first player I'd like to talk about for Manchester United has got to be English winger Marcus Rashford. In 10 appearances for his club side this season, Marcus Rashford has scored 4 goals and contributed 2 assists. With Marcus Rashford, I think you have a player who has loads of pace, who's got great close control, and he's able to dribble at pace, and he's also able to finish either from range or from closer in the box. Next up, I want to talk about Danish central midfielder Christian Eriksen. In 7 appearances for Manchester United, Eriksen has contributed 3 goals and 3 assists. For Eriksen, I think the major attributes we're looking for with him has got to be his vision, his creativity, and his passing range and accuracy. With Christian Eriksen, you have a player who's always looking to just unlock the opposition defense. And finally, I want to talk about English centre back Harry Maguire. In 8 appearances, Harry Maguire has just a single goal for Manchester United. But when I look at Harry Maguire, I see a player who displays so much determination, a fantastic work attitude, and great leadership abilities. At times, it looks like Harry Maguire is the only Manchester United player who still believes in himself and his team. In terms of injuries for Manchester United, I think the only notable absentees here is probably going to be Malacia at left back and then Lenny Yoro at centre back. So I think Eric Ten Hag still has most of his team to work with, and I'm expecting to see the Red Devils as well line up in their classic 4-2-3-1 formation. Also, looking to counter using the pace that they have on the wings in players like Anthony, Garnacho, and Marcus Rashford. I think Emmanuel Ugarte and Ericsson are probably going to be playing as their double pivot in midfield. We've seen a lot of Casemiro in that midfield, but a lot of the time he's come under too much scrutiny. And I think now is the time for Erik ten Hag to start phasing Ugarte into the team. One of these players can go forward to support the attack, and the other can just drop deeper in to make sure the defense has extra insurance, ensuring that they don't concede any unnecessary goals. Okay, looking at the head to head between these two teams, the last five fixtures between Aston Villa and Manchester United have ended in one win for Aston Villa and four wins for Manchester United. So already we can see the tie favors the Red Devils very heavily. In these five fixtures, Aston Villa have scored 8 goals, but Manchester United have scored more with 11 goals. So once again, the stats look like they favor the Red Devils. But if we look at the league table right now, Aston Villa sit 5th with 13 points, while Manchester United are 13th on just 7 points. This obviously is just before the international break, which is coming up now, so these teams can actually go all out in this fixture without having to worry about midweek fixtures next week or any major fixtures next weekend as well. Right now, for me, Aston Villa are so pleasant to watch. This is a high flying team that is just having fun all the time and enjoying playing with discipline and very little pressure on their shoulders. So they're just expressing themselves with so much freedom all the time. Manchester United, in contrast, seem to be crumbling under pressure all the time. On a weekly basis, we see the Red Devils scoring one goal and then conceding two instead. So it's kind of like they don't have the energy and the determination to just see these victories out up until the end of the match. I think perhaps it might be a time for change at Manchester United. Perhaps the formation needs to go first. I think having that 4-2-3-1 has benefited this team in terms of their wing play, but it's really been detrimental for Erik ten Hag's side in terms of their defense. You want to have a formation where you can put Matthias de Ligt, Lissandro Martinez, and Harry Maguire all in the same team, but all of them play the same position. So perhaps it's time for Manchester United to start experimenting with perhaps a 3-5-2. But that brings up the problem of now having wingbacks, and I just don't see players like Anthony and Marcus Rashford doing the defensive duties that are required from wingbacks. Perhaps it's time for a change in personnel. Anthony has been subpar, and Bruno Fernandes's disciplinary record has really been called into question over the last few matches. Perhaps it's even time for a change in the coach. Things don't seem to be going according to plan for Erik ten Hag at Manchester United, where it just looks like the players are all just on a different page altogether. If we look at Unai Emery's Aston Villa, everybody seems to know exactly what's required of them, when they need to go forward, when they need to drop deeper in. Everybody's looking to move the ball to one another, looking to find spaces. Basically, Aston Villa are doing everything really, really well that Manchester United are doing really, really poorly. I do, however, think that Manchester United will score here because this has been a trend for the Red Devils in all of these fixtures against Aston Villa. Manchester United have managed to score against this team every single time they've played against them, but I don't think it will be enough. My final score prediction for this one is going to be Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.